Toilet Tunes. My guest today is Dan Israel. I have been waiting for years to have Dan in my bathroom. We had to wait through a pandemic because it was probably discussed pre-pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So literal many years. Dan just released a new album, which we're going to tell you about in a minute. But first we're going to sing to you a song by Johnny Cash. Also, I've been waiting for years for Johnny Cash to be in my bathroom. Who knew? Oh, and my name is Sarah Morris, by the way. And this is Toilet Tunes. Yeah.
Well, I taught the weeping willow how to cry, cry, cry. Showed the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky. Tears of cry for that woman gonna flood you big river. I'm gonna sit right here till I die. Well, I met her accidentally, St. Paul, Minnesota. Tore me up every time I heard that drawl, southern drawl. Then I found my dream was back downstream, cavorting in Davenport. And I followed you, big river, when you called.
You called.
Then I found a trail in Memphis, walked down the block, raised a few eyebrows, went on down the lawn.
She sounds fun.
Well, I taught the weeping willow how to cry, cry, cry. Showed the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky. Tears of cry for that woman gonna flood you big river. I'm gonna sit right here till I die. Now won't you batten down by Baton Rouge, River Queen? Take it down to New Orleans, New Orleans. Go on, I've had enough, done my blues down in the Gulf. She loves you, big river, more than me. Well, I taught the weeping willow how to cry, cry, cry. Show the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky. Tears of cry for that woman gonna flood you big river. I'm gonna sit right here until I die. I'm gonna sit right here until I die.
Big River. I like that, we've got St. Paul, Minnesota.
Yeah, it's a little,
She was cavorting in Davenport, I presume with Doug Collins. That's what's
I
happening.
think of Doug Collins every time I sing that line. Every time.
He represents a whole city.
He does, in our minds, in our souls.
Dan, you just released, or are releasing, a brand new album. Seriously.
It's called Search.
I know it is.
Yeah.
It's your 17th? 18th?
It is
17th.
my 17th album, yes. It's a lot. I know.
Why?
I'm
You
going to slow
obviously
down
spend
now.
a lot of time just sitting on your thumbs.
Yeah.
Tell me about this one. It's beautiful. Tell
Thank
us
you.
all about it.
Thank you. Well, the cover art is by Laura Bennett.
Okay.
John Hunt did the design.
Okay.
But we recorded it up with Rich Mattson. This
Yes.
was like a full band approach. We got together before we went up to Rich Mattson because we recorded a few records up there in Sparta with Rich, but this one we really kind of got together and worked through the songs. Everybody had ideas. This is the first album that we've really made with Steve Bransig as a band member. He played on previous records, but he wasn't really in the band yet. So he being on lead guitar, he added a ton to it. He's a great player and great guy. And Mike Lane and Dave Russ have been the core of my band for a while. Dave Russ and I have been playing together since 1999. And Mike Lane has been in the band about 10 years, so we got some, longevity in the band now.
That's awesome.
And working with Rich is always great. We went up there, did all that in November of last year, and then did some overdubs down here at Dave Russ's studio, and Colleen Martin Oak and Katie Garrity sang on a couple songs. Yeah, and John Eller and Peter Sands played keys.
Yeah.
And then it was mastered by our good friend Tom Garneau, and so
That's awesome.
It's I'm excited about it. It feels like people are responding nicely to it.
You had a big party for it a few weeks ago.
Just did, yep.
It's available right now on Bandcamp.
On Bandcamp, yep.
And then it's coming out soon in other streaming services. It will be out December 2nd.
Right, Friday. I think that's a Friday, December 2nd.
Yeah.
It'll be on all the streaming stuff.
But why not just go to Bandcamp? Right now.
Right.
I think that's a great idea.
Right, and we, as some people might know, we get a little more revenue when people go to Bandcamp than the Spotify.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah,
lots more.
Just a lot more.
Just a tiny bit. A ton more, actually. Yeah. You also have a couple shows we're going to tell everyone on Monday. So in just a few days, you're going to be at the Dakota, which is one of the best places to see music.
It's an amazing.
To eat food. It's best in all the ways.
It is.
And you're going to be doing a duo show with Steve Brancic.
That's right.
We think it starts at 7.
We think so. Let's go with it and check your local listings to confirm.
Yeah. I'll actually give you a local listing right below. So
Okay.
I'll have the information below.
Cool.
Yep. And then on Friday, a week from today, for something different, when you're digesting your turkey,
Yes.
you're going to play some Tom Petty at the Parkway Theater. So another really fabulous room. Is this full band?
This is, but it's not my band.
Not your band.
It's Chris Castino from the Big Woo.
Oh, yeah.
And Greg Hall from the White Iron Band. And then Trent Norton from the Honey Dogs is the bass player. The drummer, it's like a bunch of ringers. I mean, in a good,
They call that a super group.
It is a super group. And I don't know everybody, but I'll just say the drummer, who I didn't know, but he played with Elliott Smith and Beck apparently.
Sure.
So and us.
And you?
Yeah.
And you and part of this. So that's Petty at the Parkway, 11 next Friday. Dakota on Monday. So this is when you already don't want to cook.
Right, exactly.
Dan's got your whole week. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
You've taken care of all of it, which is great.
Thank you, Sarah.
We're going to ask you a few questions because you were on my show, Hey, I Miss You.
Yes. That was great.
We're going to do a little version of that. On Hey, I Miss You, I would always ask someone to tell me something good. Tell me. Something big or something little. Something good.
Something good is I don't want to be cliche because maybe I said this before, but my kids.
Yeah, you did say that last time, but
I did.
I think it's so good that it's still good.
It's
you know what I mean? Because that was months ago, and kids changed.
Well, that is right.
By the day, so woo!
Exactly. I'm at a point where I have a wonderful girlfriend and great kids, and feel very blessed right now. And so that but I spent a lot of time with my daughter lately. She's 14, which you would think she doesn't want to hang out with her dad, but we actually, we watch horror movies together and stuff, and play games, and she comes shopping with me, and she's just really, it's just a great age, and I think people would have told me, 14-year-old girl, you're gonna have a tough time.
Yeah.
I'm not really having a tough time. Sorry, naysayers.
I love it. Go prove those.
But I know that it could, and my heart goes out to everyone who does struggle with difficult teen years. But I'll just take the good things where they come.
Yeah.
So
that's real good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thanks.
Now I'm going to ask you to spin us out into some new music to listen to. What's something that you're listening to right now that's inspiring you?
Well, actually, and I've just posted about this on social media, but Joe Fahey? Joe Fahey?
No, I know the name, but
he did some hoots and stuff like that. He's got a new album out called Baker's Cousin.
Okay, I like that a lot.
And I said this, like I gave a little review of it. He's local guy, so you can find him on Bandcamp too. But like I said, somehow it was like Leonard Cohen meets John Prine meets Weird Al.
I mean, that's like, did he like put quotes and put that on his press? Because
I mean,
that's like, he wants to use
that's
that.
what I heard, and he liked that. I was afraid the Weird Al would put him off, but he said no, because I laughed like a lot too. I mean,
Right.
I laughed, I cried, but
Joe Fahey, Baker's cousin.
Yeah.
I've linked to it below.
Okay.
Already done.
Yeah.
It's done. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
Thank you.
pick that up too.
Then here's the new question I have.
Mm-hmm.
You have not heard this one before.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Where are you learning right now?
Where am I learning?
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning from books.
Yes.
Okay, so like we're all inundated with social media. I'm as addicted as anyone else. I call it an album social media anxiety disorder, which I have.
I've got it downstairs.
I spend way too much time on Twittergram, book.
Yeah.
And yet, whenever I should use the local library more, but I also live like a block or two from a Half Price Books.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm just like, all right, I'm going and I'm spending $25 on a couple of books because that's how I just picked up this Madeleine Albright book about fascism, which I haven't started that one yet, but it sounded really interesting.
Yeah.
And then I got Jeff Emmerich, who worked with the Beatles. He has a book about working with the Beatles.
Cool.
Came out, 15 years ago, but pulled me right in because it was all about recording Revolver but never heard his perspective before, saw the whole Get Back thing and stuff, but just another perspective on the Beatles, and I'm a big Beatles fan. So
That's awesome.
I'm a big music fan.
Yeah, that's good.
Creativity fan.
I think,
Yeah.
oh, yes.
Yeah.
These are good things to be fans
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
I love that so
Yes. And I'm honored to be finally part of your legendary toilet tunes.
much. I'm so glad you are
it's-
finally here.
And you sing so incredibly well with everyone, but I'm going to say particularly with my voice. So down the road, as I mentioned, this is not just idle chatter, but we got to get you to sing on a record.
Let's
we got
do
to
it. Let's
record
take it
this.
out of the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean,
Into-
or record in another. If the acoustics are nice in
They
here,
are
like
nice
I
in here.
said. So.
I get to thank my Patreon people.
Oh wow, yeah.
This is where I thank the Sarah subscribers for making all
Thank you.
creativity and music that I make. I don't know if it's upside down, so I'm just going to do that.
Thank you, Sarah subscribers.
You are lovely humans. And then we're going to say again, okay, seriously, go get it now. Bandcamp, I've linked below. And then you got 2 chances to see Dan next week, the Dakota. Gosh, it's so delicious. And you don't want to cook on Monday.
Yeah.
And then on Friday, go sing the Petty songs with them. I mean, quietly in the seat, because they're going to be singing them.
Right. You know them all anyway.
You do know them all.
Yeah, we all know those songs. We
Yes,
know them.
they're good.
Yes, yes.
Dan Israel, everyone, thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
being
Sarah.
here. Toilet Tunes, we'll be back some Fridays.
Blues down in the Gulf. She loves you, Big River, more than me. Well, I taught the weeping willow how to cry, cry, cry. Show the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky.